Welcome to Snetterton for round 3 of the 2013 Championships at Thundersport GB. We've got a bit of a rare treat for you here on the Thundersport iPlayer, a race that was carried over from Saturday, the in-competition Aprilia RRV450s here on the iPlayer. Ross Twyman on pole, all of these identical machines. Aprilia 450s, second on the grid, 11 on the Beamer Aprilia. David Allingham looking to end the weekend with a perfect 4 out of 4. Third on the grid, 94, Jamie Thackeray, who had a great weekend at Donington Park last month, nearly getting himself that first victory. His brother's just a bit further back on the grid. And there is Bradley Jones, number 75, picked up his first podium at Donny, and he's looking to add to that here today. Can he go a couple better and get himself on the top step for the first time? David Allingham and Harry Cooper, number 61, the two riders that at the moment seem to be fighting for the championship, along with number 15, Ross Twyman. But anything can happen in these races. We should be in for... Away we go! The looks of things from second on the grid from David Allingham. Ross Twyman not getting off to a decent start at all. Lewis Rollo's also in the mix as well, the reigning Aprilia Super Team champion, number 8, as we see there, number 36, just going through Dean Court. But it should be, as we head down into Montreal, well, I was going to say it should be David Allingham, but he just gets barged out of the way by Bradley Jones, who seems to be quite quick going into Montreal this weekend. As you see there, number 5, George Stanley, an ex-Super Team rider, moving up into the 450s for 2013. Allingham retakes the lead, though, at the end of the Bentley Straight, so it's the Ulsterman that leads, number 11 from 75, Bradley Jones, number 15, Ross Twyman in third, 61, Harry Coomber fourth, then it's Jamie Thackeray, Louis Dawson, Lewis Rollo and Will Hodgson, number 14. Will, who had to start from the back of the grid on this race due to some problems during qualifying, so Hodgson's got a bit of work to do from the back of the grid. As you look there at number 34, Louis Dawson, looking to get himself up onto that podium and top 5 place in the championship. He's done well over the last couple of rounds as Louis Dawson is catching this leading pack round by round. Here is Allingham, though. Definitely looks like he's 100% fit after breaking his collarbone just before the start of the season. He leads from Bradley Jones, looking for his first win of the 2013 campaign. And then in third place, that looks like Harry Coomber might have just got himself up into third place. There's Lewis Rollo, 13-year-old youngest rider in the field, reigning Super Team champion. Had a disastrous Donington Park, really did young Lewis. Got himself concussed and didn't really pick up any points, so he's looking for bit of reward here today. There's 61, Harry Cooper. He has moved up into third place ahead of Ross Twyman in fourth. Ross, who picked up 4 out of 4 in this class back at Donington Park, but unfortunately in testing here at Snetterton, he had a huge off and is limping around a bit, so his performances may be hampered by injury for this weekend. Just looking to pick up as many points as possible. Number 15, Ross Twyman. Will Hodgson making good progress also from the back of the grid. He's up into the top 8, but across the line to ping off another lap. 11, David Allingham from 75, Bradley Jones. Then it's just Harry Coomber closing the door on Ross Twyman, number 61 there. The 15-year-old from down in the southwest. Ross Twyman there in fourth. 4 race wins back at Donington Park. Without question, the best weekend of his short career so far. This round, however, he will be quite pleased to see the back of, and I think Ross Twyman was having a little sniff at third there. But so far, so good for David Allingham. He's down into the 119s. They're all on lap record pace, I should add. There's Jamie Thackeray, started on the front row, but he's just falling into the clutches now of Louis Dawson there, number 34. His younger brother, Luke Thackeray, is just having a bit of a battle at the moment with George Stanley and Dean Court. That's the fight for 8th, 9th and 10th. Will Hodgson's got his nose up ahead of them. Allingham leads onto the start-finish straight again. Bradley Jones second. Harry Cooper closing in now. Third place at the moment for Harry. And after such a brilliant start to the season for him at Brands Hatch, it's gone a bit pear-shaped. Really unlucky at Donington with a few mechanical problems. Had a couple of falls as well. Harry's just trying to regain some composure, pick up some serious points and prevent David Allingham from leaving here with too much of a championship lead. Bradley Jones really looking a threat there in second. There is Will Hodgson. Wow, he's done some mega lap times to get himself up into the top 6 now. Will Hodgson trying to become a part of that leading 4. But it is Allingham who looks so quick from the Bentley straight into Brundle and Nelson. He has the advantage. He looks over his shoulder and sees 3 or 4 Aprilia 450s waiting for him to make a mistake. It's still Jones in second, Coomber third, Ross Twyman fourth, and Will Hodgson in fifth. Into Murray's, there is Will. From the back of the grid, this really is a very, very good performance from Will Hodgson. A decent lap at 1:19.3. He's one of the quickest riders on the circuit. No surprise there. Harry Coomber, though, as they cross the line. Harry Coomber, that's the fastest lap of the race for Coomber. That's a 1:19.32, and he goes from third to first. What a move from Harry Coomber there. Well, David Allingham caught napping, and Harry Coomber wasting no time at all. He goes into the lead of the race ahead of Allingham. It's Jones in third, tucking up really close in fourth there. The all-black leathers is Ross Twyman, and then it's Will Hodgson in fifth. Really closing in now. It's going to be a 10-wheel fight for the lead. Surely any minute now. They come down the Bentley straight. We're well past halfway distance, and it is Allingham that retakes the lead ahead of Coomber. Ross Twyman in third now as Bradley Jones is pumped down to fourth. Will Hodgson still looking a threat in fifth. Some great drive from Harry Coomber though out of the bomb hole as they go into Coram Curve as Bradley Jones thought about making a move on Ross Twyman. Further back, that is 36 Dean Court having a great battle there with the likes of Luke Thackeray, Gideon Thomas, Cameron Lee, Keenan Armstrong, Reese Hutchinson. There's not a lot in it. Cross the line then to complete another lap. It is still just Allingham that leads from Harry Coomber. Ross Twyman almost wiping out Coomber into turn 1, has moved up into third place. Will Hodgson is now up into fourth. So Bradley Jones has gone from second to fifth as they go into Montreal. And Jones, a great move there. Retaking fourth spot ahead of Will Hodgson. Onto the back straight we go. A real tough race this one, hard one to call. So we see that battle further back once more for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th. Alex Baker, in fact, in 7th, having a bit of a lonely race. He's in between the two gaggles. There is number 11. It is Allingham that leads, but this is the fight for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Hodgson, Twyman and Jones. As Harry Coomber looks to pounce on race leader David Allingham. There is Dean Court up ahead of that George Stanley. Lewis Swallow and Ben Luxton are still in 5th and 6th. We've not seen much of them because they're about 9 or 10 seconds behind the leading 4 or 5. Into turn 1 we go. Another lap down, and it's still David Allingham that just has the advantage from Harry Coomber. Is Harry Coomber there got the inside line into Montreal? No. Hodgson now moves up into third place. Let's remind you, he started from the back of the grid. This is such a great effort from Will Hodgson. Up into third, and now, well, if he was to win from here, what a result that would be. One of the races of the season, surely. Allingham, though, despite all of these battles, despite the toing and froing, as Will Hodgson moves up into second, Allingham always seems to come out of this in first or second. He's not gone below second all race long. Will Hodgson, though, from the back of the grid, now up into second place. He's timed this perfectly, it looks like. Harry Coomber then demoted to third, and then it is Ross Twyman fourth and Bradley Jones in fifth. Onto the start, finish straight again. Oh, that's a massive high side from Will Hodgson. He's taken down 2 riders with him. That's so unlucky for Ross Twyman and Harry Coomber. All the riders, well, I can see that Will Hodgson's okay. Has he gone to pick up the wrong bike? They can't work out which bike they're on. What's going on? That's Will Hodgson actually just turning off the ignitions, I think. I'm not sure what's going on there, but are they just attending now? Nice to see the riders not getting themselves involved in arguments. They're just attending there. Red flag's out. I think that's because of Ross Twyman. I hope he's okay. A massive high side there for Will Hodgson. And unfortunately for Ross Twyman and for Harry Coomber, they sort of piled into him, and then all the bikes landed on top of Twyman. We'll find out, make sure that they're okay. It means that Allingham takes the win ahead of Bradley Jones, somehow ahead of Jamie Thackeray, Louis Dawson, Rollo and Luxton. And it is Allingham on the top step who takes 25 points.
Jamie Thackeray, third place. Very happy with that, or did you feel a bit lonely at the end?
Well, I had to break away from the pack behind at first. They were doing the 21s, and I just broke away into the 20s, and then started to pull a gap. I didn't realise I had like the line for the straight, what Dad says as I came in. But I think, you know, I was really lucky. I'm really happy with this third. It felt like a bit of a fluke to the incident on the last lap. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. Thanks. I just.
Who have you got to thank, Jamie?
Can I thank my mum, my dad, my grandma, granddad, North Yorkshire Roadway Supporters Club, in competition, Aprilia, Thundersport, please.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Jamie. Brad Jones. Brad Jones, now then, lovely bit of camera work that you provided for us there. Fantastic. Close racing.
Yeah, you know, it was a bit of a mayhem race, you know. Ross come off and Will come off and Ross got tangled out. You know, Ross had a hard time of it this weekend. Coming back after 7 wins out of 8 at Donington, he's had a hard time, so, you know, thoughts go out to him and that. And that was a good race. Obviously, he got a bit lucky with the second, but you got to be in it to win it. So, yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it.
Who would you like to thank, mate?
I'd just like to say a big thanks to all my sponsors, Russell Docker, Thailand Specialists, Nevis Marketing, Abpack Specialism and Packaging, Bob Jones Heating, all the Thundersport crew, and I think that's it.
Super job. Well done, Brad.
Thank you.
Be more Aprilia man, David Allingham. Wow, what a lovely time to come to Snetterton.
Yeah, it was good. I was a bit disappointed at Donington. I wanted to be up by them or Ross and that, so just worked hard all week. Got here, got a good qualifying position. And says I'm just going to keep, no matter who passed me, I'm just going to keep going through to them again. And yeah, it worked out that one. I just hope that Ross, Wall, and Harry and that's okay. But yeah, I'm happy enough for that.
Well, that's what we like to hear. We like all this battling. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to give a big shout out to the Be More boys, EHJ Group, Silkline, Bridgestone, everybody, all Thundersport. Thank you very much.
Bless your heart. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the next one.